Hello, this is Two Girls in a Shed. I'm Brandy.
I'm Jody.
This is our first podcast together. We're sisters. I am the oldest, about 2 years older than you.
I thought it was like so many months, Mom always said.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
so
know.
many days.
My birthday's in April. Yours is in March. So do the math. So today I told Jody we would talk about her traumatic last 2 weeks of sending a child off to college. I don't have any shoes on. Just noticed that.
Sure, hillbilly.
Her oldest went to college, and I see all this all day, every day at the salon, and I feel for the moms that are sending their kids off, starting in kindergarten all the way to college. It's a tough deal, and I know it. I've been through it. I did it we're a blended family of 5 kids. I saw 3 of ours go off to college, and it was tough. How'd it go for you, Jody?
Well, now I can say it went fine because, we're one whole week into school, so it's much better now.
How many times have you gone to visit since he's been there a week?
Once.
Good.
Yesterday. And then he's come home one time.
So I talked to Jody. I told her I knew she'd make it through it. The transition is tough, and she has boys. All of 3 of us kids, that my brother and Jody and I all have boys. So we didn't have to really deal with it with girls until Greg and I got married, and we sent a list off. So we'll talk about that. It's totally different with girls. But I remember about 2 months ago, Jody called me and in tears because Talon would not spend any time with her. And she just could not imagine why he wouldn't spend time with her, because he was going to be taking off. That's a boy. They don't see that. They are really involved with their social life, their friends, and it is just totally different. What wasn't it to you?
No, and I said that because I said him being gone so much probably made it easier looking back now, because he was gone so often that now the basement, even though it seems empty, like I was used to him not being there as often. So he probably helped me. But at the moment, I was mad.
You were mad. Is there anything you would change about this whole last 2, 3, 4 months?
No, not really at all. No, I think no matter what, that moment where you have to say goodbye is the absolute worst. And I think we all dreaded it. But honestly, I feel like he and I had our meltdown the night before.
Yeah.
Because it hit him too. And it was just the unknowing part of him going off. But then when we got there, he has a great roommate and everything. He's thriving. He's doing awesome. So I think it was just that anticipation. But now, like, we saying bye to him yesterday, I didn't cry. I just hugged him like 3 times.
I went through the transition. I have 2 boys. Chaz is 31 and Sloane's 24. Chaz, poor kid, got the short end of the stick. I was going through a divorce when he went off to college. I do remember him going to college, but I literally just moved him in. He started MSU his first semester. We got him in there. I was a single mom, owned a business, raising a young child also, along with paying a boy in college. So it was tough. And I feel bad for Chaz because I basically just got him situated and left. And it was tough. It was hard, but we still had a small child at home. Then Sloane, and I think Sloane was the toughest out of all of them because of his illness. So we sent him off. He graduated in 2020 with the COVID deal, and he had dealt with this illness for 5 years, and then I sent him off to college. So that was probably the toughest. I think I went through 2-3 months of a kind of a depression, just more of a scared, checking to see if his phone was on charge and this and that, and it was tough. And I put him through a lot, but we made it through it.
And he's your baby too. So
he is our baby.
Yeah.
And then we sent Alyssa off, and that was actually fun because I couldn't wait to decorate her apartment. And she's a girl. And we went shopping and we got all the girl stuff, and it was fun. It was good. And girls are different. Girls come home, a lot, and they call, and they're just more present, I think. Boys do come home, but not as often as I mean, I was begging mine to come home. Now they come home all the time, which I'm very
Yes, they
thankful
do.
for. But that was a transition. And I mean, with Sloan, I think I drove him crazy. He told me I drove him crazy.
No,
So
really?
but it was, I mean, his was a whole different deal when he was sick. And it's scary too when you send him off, because you just never know. You just want him to go on the right path and not, I mean, they're going to party. Our kids are going to party. They did. They had a great time, but you want them to be safe and you want them to be smart. And they did. They were all very good. So it's a tough deal, but you all make it through it. So, and then Jody has a younger one. He is a junior at Reed Spring, thriving, has his own little business. He just detailed my car today and it looks amazing. He opened up his own little detailing sidekick business. So he's doing great. So,
And then Nicholas, I was saying, my oldest, he's my stepson, he joined the Navy. And do you remember that? How we were going to have an ice storm. So he was leaving for boot camp, and like a week earlier, they called and said he had to leave that day because he couldn't risk not making it. It was like in January. And I think that, because that was so hard, we didn't expect it. And then I remember that country song came on. Oh my gosh, I can't. Trace Atkins. No, I'll think of it in a minute. But it was like talking about your kids growing up. And so I get the
were you
boys
sobbing?
I went by Reed Spring and checked the boys out of school.
Oh my
And they're like, who died? But yeah, that was hard. And then he's at boot camp, so we couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
So
that I can't imagine somebody sending him off to the military. That would be so extremely hard.
And I always thought, oh, he'll come back. And I still call his room Nicholas's room. And now he's married and owns his own home and doing awesome with a great wife.
I know it is so hard. It's a tough situation, and I feel for the parents. I remember I won't say her name. I do her hair very early in the morning before she goes to work, and she's a teacher. But she was sending her oldest off to college and literally sat in my chair first thing in the morning. It was like a week before she was sending her off, and tears rolling down her face. And she's like, I don't know if I can make it through this. I'm like, you'll be fine. I know it's hard. You'll be fine. And it is. And I've had moms say to me while I'm doing their hair that they haven't gotten their child's room yet. They can't bear to even look in it. The door's shut. And I remember those.
Yes.
Yes.
I did that first week. And then I was telling Talon the other day, I've never been in his whole life. I've never been away from him more than a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We were talking about that. And I'm like, I just realized, like, anytime you go off to camp, it was always a week.
Yeah.
Never any more than that. So
I've been away from mine, not Chaz. Sloan was a Kanakuk kid. So, and he talked us into going for a month.
I remember
and that was terrible. And we went to pick him up from Kanakuk and he was bawling. And I thought it was because he was so homesick. He didn't want to go home.
Yeah, I remember that.
He loved it. I sent Chaz to Kanakuk. He went for a week and we went to pick him up and he's like, let's get out of here. I never want to come back here in my life. And it wasn't the camp. He loved the camp. It was the food. And he just wasn't a camper.
That was Quinn. Do you remember that? Quinn wrote me a letter that said, I miss you so much. And luckily I got it when we got back.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, be the first one in line when you get here.
Oh my gosh.
Talon loved it.
The growing pains of children. We still have one left in college. She is home on the weekends working at the marina. And then after Labor Day, she'll be back to school full time. So it's fun. It's hard. It's different. Definite advice you get through it. That saying goodbye the first time it's just, it's like that void in your life and you talk to them all the time. And I don't know about you, but have you been looking at Life 360 all the time?
Not as often as I thought I would, but like today he's out running around. So of course I'm looking to make sure he's okay. But no, not as much as I thought.
That's one thing we're going to go over, the mental illness of Life 360. And and this is a whole different podcast one day. I looked it up and it is a thing. It is like causing anxiety, and moms are having to get counseling. Dads, I don't even think my husband looks at it. He's like, oh, they'll make it home. If not, if somebody calls, we'll just deal with it. And I'm like, How do you do that?
I know.
He just goes to sleep. But it said that they are having counseling. It is an anxiety on, actually, they said anxiety for kids also because the parents drive them crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I still do it. Sloan's
Well,
24 and I make him nuts.
Think if mom and dad constantly knew where we were when we,
Oh, yeah.
not that we ever did anything wrong, but
See, and that's when Chaz went to college. There wasn't Life 360. He's like,
Mhm.
thank God. Mom,
No, I
'cause
know.
you would have drove to Arkansas. He transferred to U of A, and I probably would have drove to Arkansas.
I guess Nicholas, right when he graduated high school, we had him on Life 360.
Yeah. I still have all the kids. It's a rule. Yeah, I look at it. They just ignore me. The only thing is, I mean, I'll even text my 31-year-old and say, charge your phone, please,
Yeah.
because it's going to die. And then they ignore me. So, but it's a good app for when they're in school and gone away from home. So anyway, well, happy first week of school. Everybody survived. We are going to survive. I will tell you this. Greg and I are empty nesters, and it's a lot of fun. It's so weird because they all came home every weekend this summer, and we loved it, and we had so much fun. And we went to the lake every weekend and ran. But we went from winter every weekend. We were like, what are you going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? And we did whatever we wanted, and we had no plans. But now it's like, oh, okay, we got, 10 people staying at the house this weekend, and it's different. But I love it. And I have so many people at the salon say, you guys are so lucky, because I know families that don't get together, and it's fun. It's fun to see our kids as adult children. It's fun to see. We have 5 kids, and 2 of them are adults and married. And one of them has 3 babies. Well, they're not babies anymore. My 3 grandchildren. Peyton is 28. And then we have Sloan 24 and Alyssa 21. When they all come to town, it's funny to see the older kids, because the younger kids are ready to go out. They're ready to get Ubers and go out and have fun. And the 31-year-olds are like, hey, let's just hang at the house. And I'm like, yeah, they're getting older.
Yeah, they're getting.
The transition's fun.
They're saving money, and they're being more responsible.
Right.
Well, that's one. Did you see that friend of mine she gave me the sweetest basket with all Arkansas? And she said to me, and it really stuck, she said, this just isn't a transition for him, it's for you. And I do think, because your whole life is your kids.
Oh, yeah.
So even though we have Quinn at home, like just now he went on the boat with us for 30 minutes. It was funny. I thought you value, not that I didn't value it, but that having that time and like just, I guess, appreciating that he wanted to be with us.
Yeah. It is fun, and it's enjoyable to be with our kids. So,
but then it is,
empty nesters are fun too.
Well, I said, Talon, if you said you weren't going to go to college, I'd say you have to go because you need to go. But it's just hard to say goodbye.
Yes, it is. Anyway, well, happy first week of school. This is mine and Jody, the 2 girls in a shed, and we're going to do fun podcasts. Some of it's going to be probably a little emotional, some fun. So stay tuned once a week, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.